Next up, we have staff credits from the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe OST. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. If you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member, one of those paid subscriptions. Do not put your economic well-being at risk to support this channel. I love it when you support this channel, but do not do it at your own expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track, so I will be pausing a lot. I don't want to hear your comments being like, oh, you're pausing a lot, you're speaking a lot. That's the point of this. I'm pausing a lot because I'm going to be explaining things as I hear them and as I realize them. Number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I might stumble upon my words here or there. What happens, happens. So, let's do this. Staff credits, Mario Kart 8. Let's go. Let me... Okay, we are 6 seconds in, and we already got quite a bit to unpack. So we are having a funk slash jazz ensemble, which is going to be guitar, keyboard, drums, and a horn section. So your horn section in jazz or funk, unlike with an orchestra or something like that, is going to be 2 trumpets, 1 trombone, and usually 1 saxophone. And they are all going to be playing the same thing. What we had here was 2 things. One, we had a tutti. We start the track with a tutti. Tutti means everyone. Everybody is playing roughly the same thing. So except with the drums that is adding a little bit more flair in between the notes, everyone is playing the same thing. And we are getting our first motif with that. Those melodies that they're being played, those are the motif, the smallest version of our musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from. That is what is happening over here as an intro, very, very strong. Chances are this is going to be in some sort of jazz standard structure. So we're probably going to hear a lot of solos. Let's see where it goes. Yep. This is as funk as it gets. So one of the things about funk that makes funk so fun is syncopation. So syncopation is when you play against the expected beat. So you will be hearing a lot of these instruments not hit their notes when the drums are being hit. Not funk. Funk nowadays is different. We're talking about the original funk, the fun one. You know, there is fun in funk. So we are having a lot of syncopation. Syncopation, of course, being going against the rhythm. When it comes to music, you have 3 main things, 3 main elements in music that make music. Melody, harmony, rhythm. Those are the 3 things. Syncopation is a rhythmic concept. So, when it comes to rhythm, rhythm is just how we handle time. So that is how we divide time, the duration of things, when they happen. And we do that by putting and dividing music into bars or measures. Those are interchangeable. You can use one or the other. So yes, funk is very different. And we do this by setting time signatures. Time signatures, 2 numbers. Upper number, lower number. 4/4 is the most popular one. Upper number is the number of notes in a bar. Lower number is the type of notes. So English, super easy to remember. Whole notes is 1. Half notes is 2. Quarter notes is 4. Eighth notes is 8. 16 notes is 16. So on and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward. So 4/4 is 4 quarter notes in a bar. So you're going to count 1 through 4, 1 for each quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So whenever you count or you hit a note on any of those 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the beat, that is on the beat. If you play anywhere in between that, that is syncopation. Even if the drums are not hitting every single one of these 1 through 4, the expectation of that is that this is where the time is going. So if the drums, for example, the drum is only playing 1 and 3, but it's not playing 2 and 4, but we are still getting hits in between, like right before, right after the 2, you're still gonna feel it. You're still gonna feel it because we have that intrinsic it's weird. We just have that intrinsic feeling amongst ourselves. And when it comes to funk, it relies on that a lot. A lot of syncopation. Everything, almost everything, very few things are on the beat, and that's what makes it sound so in motion and so fun. So let's see where it goes. There's our motif. Motif being played again. Now, what we heard just now, we call that a run. That is just basically them doing a bunch of scales really, really fast, or doing some chords, that kind of thing. That we just call a run. And it's, you know, like the verb running. That's just a run. That's just what it is, right? So it's a good way of transitioning between sections to just have a couple of bars of a run. It's a very, very fun kind of thing. Let's see. And we switch over, giving more focus to the keyboard, the sax. Nice. Okay. So now what we have introduced is a solo section. As you can see, as you can hear, most of the ensemble is playing a tutti, but we have a saxophone doing their own thing. This is very common. This is just in music, that's just a solo section. It happens a lot that the rest of the band is going to continue playing the normal thing, the piece, and one of the instruments is going to go off on a solo. However, the way this one is structured, usually that's something more reserved for drum solos. So it's interesting to hear a saxophone solo here. And when it comes to solos, it's, especially in funk and jazz and that kind of thing, it's usually improvised. So yeah, we're gonna hear some crazy stuff coming from these people. It doesn't have to be the motif. It doesn't have to be any of the related material. You can really do whatever you want in this kind of thing. And especially in jazz and funk, it's very free. You can 100% play all wrong notes, and it's somehow gonna sound fun. So let's see where it goes. Guitar with the wah pedal. And a solo. Piano solo? Okay, short solos. Variation of the motif. Oh no, the motif. Yeah, it's just the motif. Saxophone solo. Full on. Man, these are very short solo sections for each. These are very, very short. Like, usually you will leave this kind of build-up to later on, and you would give a bit more breathing room, allow the players to play a little bit more of their solos. I'm interested to see where this goes. Let's see. Okay, so it was basically an introduction of all the instruments. Okay, so what we had was basically just a roll call, because each of the instruments had a tiny solo there to kind of go around introducing all the musicians. And now we're gonna go through some of the solos, because we just heard the guitar starting to go off on a solo. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes, because this is... Yeah, that works. That works. It's just that usually you would have that kind of roll call closer to the end. So let's see where it goes. Guitar and bass are going back and forth. Trumpet solo. Man. I like the trumpet solo is having the backing of the rest of the horn section. And it's interesting to hear these instruments, because usually a trumpet, a trombone, they are extremely, extremely loud instruments. Like, we are talking, I've mentioned this several times, right? Like, you could have a full orchestra, 16 first violins, 16 second violins, 14 violas, 12 cellos, 10 double basses, 3 flutes, 3 oboes, 3 clarinets, 3 bassoons, all playing loud, and one trumpet or one trombone can just completely overwhelm all of them. So hearing them playing here, like, oh, that always has fascinated me, how in a band setting with amplifiers, it just changes so much what you can do with these instruments. So Trumpets, man. Trumpet solos are what? Drum solo. Ooh, nothing but skill with him today. Wait, we had a flute? We had a flute this whole time? Or we introduced this now? That's awesome. That's awesome. Nothing but skill. Welcome today. How you doing? So yeah, we brought a flute in. We brought a flute in. I didn't hear it at all. So a flute player just walked in and started playing. Ooh, I like this. So the flute and the guitar are playing together, a quasi-call and response. There are moments where they are playing with each other, and there are moments they're playing against each other, and they're very subtle. So call and response is a conversation between two musical lines, and that's what we were seeing. Part of it was them playing the same thing, part of it was them going against each other, part of them was letting one respond to the other. Very interesting in such a short time. Man, this is going super fast. This one's going extremely fast. Let's see where it goes. Jazz guitar. Flute. Flute and guitar double solo. Nice. Okay, so now we bring in a piano and the synth. Another solo, like this is entirely solos. So we are having an underlying piece being played by the rest of the band, which is called the accompaniment. So this is what the rest of the band is doing while we have solo players. And in ensembles like this one, you are rotating the instruments that get the solo, and the rest will either not play or play the accompaniment. And in this case, they are bouncing back and forth. Like whenever the trumpet was doing the thing, it was mainly the rest of the horn section that was doing the accompaniment. Then it's sometimes the piano right now. With the flute and the guitar, it was mainly the bass and the drums. So we are rotating and experimenting, shuffling these around, that kind of thing. Very interesting. Let's see where it goes. Distorted guitar. Nice. With that synth. Trumpet. It's an elongation of the original motif. That's why the motif was so fast. Like, the motif had a moment of really, really fast, some really, really fast notes at the start, and now what we did is an elongation. So elongation is when you take something in music, you stretch it to last longer, to sound over a longer period of time. So a phrase that would last half a second now lasts 3 seconds, proportionately. And what we had is the original motif had this moment of like a sudden little spike, and then it kept going. And now what we did is we took that spike and we decided to make an entire motif out of that. Of just that little moment over there. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, man. And Nintendo, like, for all their faults, Nintendo has always had incredible music. Let's see where it goes. Call and response. We're bringing it from the trumpets to the guitar and the keyboards. So this is. So yeah, we're accelerating, and now we're doing another quasi-tutti, which would be the bridge here. So it's not exactly anything that we've heard before. It's somewhat new material, but it is moving us forward. Let's see where it goes. That flute again, and kind of like solos? Yeah, we're having several solos going at the same time. There we go, variation of that initial motif. And of course, the backing, the accompaniment is doing those very notorious Mario Kart, like Mario-esque phrasings, very short, very staccato, very common in Mario, right? Staccato is just you're playing in short bursts, which is what the accompaniment is doing. We had another moment of just a bunch of runs, a transition, and now we're doing this kind of to remind you that, hey, this is about Mario, right? So, let's see where it goes. Alright. Variations of the motif again. And now we're having call and response within the horn section. I like this. Escalating more. How are we gonna end this? With runs. Oh! Okay, what an outro. Okay, so we bring a bunch of runs from a bunch of the different instruments. So we're doing the saxophone and the guitars while everybody else is building towards that final climax. Then we have that final climax. We let the drum do one last run, which the drums hadn't entirely done any sort of runs so far. Like not fully. Like we had a brief moment of a drum solo, but so the drummer never had a chance to fully show off. So we give the drummer that chance to show off as a way of putting off that final note, which creates that delayed gratification that once it arrives, you can hit that final high note, and you end it on a high note, and there you go. Man, that was a lot of fun. There you have it. So structurally speaking, it had some basic structure to it, and it had some good machinations in the accompaniment. It was mainly solos, so this was a very free-form kind of track, which, considering it's funk / jazz, yeah, it was pretty good. And there you have it. That was the staff credits from the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe OST. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here musically. Or what's happened here musical. So if you're watching this in the archive, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member. One of them, paid subscriptions. Do not put your economic well-being at risk for that. Like, it's really cool when you give me money. Don't compromise your economic well-being. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking down below the track in full, so you can check it out on your own time. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, links down below to the Discord. The Discord has the LFA requests channel. Follow the instructions on the pinned comments or the pinned messages there. And if you want to watch the streams live when they happen, we aim for Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Central European Time. What time that is for you, go check the Discord or the Twitch. They both have the stream schedule showing on your local time zone so that you don't have to calculate that kind of thing. And yeah, there you go. I'll go follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel. Games are Bastard. Same username, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. That's where the VODs for the after show go. So there's that, right? All right, and there you have it. Yeah, with that, there you go. Staff credits, Mario Kart 8. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, let's move on.